The Nashville Predators are having one of their best seasons in franchise history and currently lead the Central Division. We're going to take a deep dive into what's made Nashville so great this year and talk about whether or not I believe they can keep this up all season long. Let's get started. Hey everybody, so we need to talk about the Nashville Predators, currently the Central Division leading team with 48 points, having a spectacular year that I did not see coming. I was not expecting the Predators to be good this year, and a team that honestly, I think it's time to start paying a lot more attention to because they've kind of flown under the radar a little bit this season, but they've actually been one of the biggest and best surprises in the NHL. We're going to take a look here at what's made them so great this season, then talk about can they keep this up all year long, or are we going to be looking at a second half slide? But let's get started into it here and get looking at the Preds, who currently are 23-11-2 on the season, 48 points and a plus 17 goal differential. Currently in first place in the Central Division, although not by much. They've got St. Louis and Colorado right on their heels, but it's been an awesome year for Nashville so far. In fact, it's been one of their best seasons in franchise history. 48 points through 36 games. If you spread that out over 82 games, they are on pace for 109 points this year, which will be the third most ever in a season for the Nashville Predators in their existence. 2006, 2007 would have been one of the only other years. In 2017, 2018 would be the 2 years where they've gotten over 109 points. But this would be the third winningest season in franchise history for Nashville if they continue on the pace that they're at right now. They're scoring over 3 goals a game, which is a big offensive improvement for the Predators. 3.08 goals per game this season. Obviously, that's a pretty decent number there. Not top of the league or anything like that, but they're a very good defensive team, and they don't have to have the best offense in the league. They have a very good offense, and they're playing very well defensively as well, giving up just 2.61 goals against per game. You're going to win a lot of games if your goals against number is that low. And they have very good special teams as well. 26.4% on the power play. Again, that is a huge improvement for the Predators from where they've been over the past couple of years on the power play. And 82.9% on the penalty kill, which again, not top of the league or anything like that, but a very solid number. Nashville's good on special teams. They score a decent amount this season, and they're keeping the puck out of their net. They really have a lot of things going for them this year overall. First player I want to talk about individually is their goaltender, Yossi, because I want to make this very clear right now. The Nashville Predators are nowhere near where they're at this season without Yossi, and without Yossi having a Vezina caliber season in goal for the Predators so far. He's 19-9-1 on the year with an incredible .929 save percentage and a 2.21 goals against average. Saros and his play in goal is probably the biggest key for the Nashville Predators in doing what they've been able to do this season. He has absolutely blossomed into a star goaltender and is having a phenomenal year in net for the Predators, and a big reason why they're winning as many games as they are. They've also gotten really good production from a number of different players throughout their lineup, starting with their Norris Trophy winning elite defenseman Roman Yossi, who continues to be one of the best two-way defensemen in the NHL, and I really don't think gets enough credit for it. He's not one of the defensemen that's always being talked about the same way that Adam Fox and Cale Makar and Victor Hedman and guys like that are constantly being talked about in the media, on social media, among fans, among pundits. Everybody is always talking about guys like Hedman and Makar and Fox and all of these elite level defensemen who certainly deserve to be talked about and are certainly elite, great top defensemen in the NHL and deserve to be talked about the way that they do. I'm not trying to take anything away from those guys, but the fact of the matter is that Roman Josi belongs in that conversation. Roman Josi belongs and should be having his name mentioned with those other players who are getting their names mentioned all the time. He is an elite two-way NHL defenseman, and he leads his team currently in points. How many defensemen can say that they lead their team in points? He's got 34 this year. And he's great defensively as well. Roman Josi is not just an offensive point-producing defenseman. He is great in his own end. He can play a shutdown role. He's a quintessential two-way defenseman, and he deserves a ton of credit for what he's done for the Nashville Predators this season. Mikhail Granland is also having a spectacular year, one of the best, if not the best of his career. He's got 32 points already this season for Nashville, been a huge boost offensively for them. And we haven't seen Granlund play this well in a long time. It's been years since Granlund's put up numbers like this. He's just had a spectacular year for the Preds and has played a big role in their offense being able to score as much as they do. Matt Duchene, also, where the heck did this come from? Talk about a guy who's had some really down years the past couple of years, hasn't produced, hasn't lived up to his contract. All of a sudden, it looks like Ottawa Senators' Matt Duchene is back. We got a guy who's at almost a point per game this season with 31 points on the year already. He's gone back to being an impact player, having a great season for Nashville, and been a big part of their offense and their ability to win as many games as they have already this year. Phillip Forsberg, another guy, another very solid scoring year for Forsberg, 29 points on the season for Phillip Forsberg. Always been a key piece of their offense. That continues this season. Ryan Johansen, right along the same lines as Matt Duchene. Another guy that has really been struggling for the past couple of years. Hasn't been producing, hasn't been putting up numbers, certainly not living up to his contract. All of a sudden, he's back scoring again this year. He's got 29 points this season. And Johansen and Duchene both are having big bounce-back years for the Preds, which has allowed Nashville to have a lot better offense and really produce a lot more and win a lot more games this season. And then finally, rookie winger Tanner Janeau is got 22 points this year. He's got 11 goals. Really good young power forward for Nashville. He also has 62 penalty minutes on the season. He drops the gloves. He's not afraid to mix it up. I am becoming a huge fan of Tanner Janeau and absolutely cannot wait to see what he's able to do the rest of this season. And then even more importantly, see what he's able to do in the playoffs, because I think Tanner Janeau is the kind of player who is built for playoff hockey in the NHL and is going to love it and thrive even more when the intensity and the physicality picks up in the playoffs from where it's at in the regular season. So Nashville, look at this. I mean, we've got two centers, a defenseman, top six utility player in Granland, a couple of wingers, including one rookie with Janeau, all over 20 points this year for Nashville. They don't have a guy who's lighting it up with like 50 points or scoring a point and a half per game or anything like that, but they're getting balanced offense from different lines throughout their lineup, different players throughout their lineup, and it's really a total team effort, a balanced attack offensively for the Preds. And then again, they're keeping their puck out of the net. They're only giving up 2.61 goals against per game. Saros is having a phenomenal year in goal, and I think really it's a good offense, but they're not an offense-driven team, an offense-heavy team. The Nashville Predators' best attribute is them and their ability to keep the puck out of their own net, and that is going to be huge come playoff time when the games get close. It's a little bit lower scoring and things really tighten up. If Nashville can carry that into the playoffs, they're going to be in very, very good shape. And obviously, Saros is going to have to keep playing at the level that he is right now, but I see no reason to doubt him. I see no reason to think he's going to fall off this year. Juuse Saros looks like one of the top goaltenders in the NHL this season. And if he can play that way in the playoffs, this team could be very, very dangerous. So overall, guys, the Nashville Predators are having an absolutely phenomenal season. Again, they're good offensively. They're scoring over 3 goals a game, but I think their best attribute has been their goals against and their ability to really limit how many goals that they're giving up. Juuse Saros, incredible season in goal, been a big key, big reason why they've been as good as they have been. And then they've got a balanced attack offensively. We're not seeing one guy necessarily light it up at like an MVP level or anything like that, but we're seeing a lot of different players contribute. They've got 6 guys with over 20 points this season. It's coming from a balanced attack from different players, different lines, all contributing. Duchene is back producing. Johansen's back producing. Yossi's a stud on the back end. Tanner Janeau coming into the lineup as a rookie and having a big impact early has been a big part of this team. It's just a lot of things have gone really, really right for the Nashville Predators this season. And I was not expecting this. I thought Nashville would be on that playoff bubble, fighting for a wild card spot, maybe just in a wild card spot, maybe just on the outside looking in at the end of the season. And as of right now, they're in first place. They're a top team in the West. And again, can they keep this up all season long? I'm starting to lose reasons to doubt them as we get deeper into this year. At first, it just kind of seemed like a hot start, but as we get deeper into the year, I'm really losing reasons to doubt this team. And again, it's because it's things that are generally sustainable. Saros is having a great year in goal. I mean, I feel like it will be the big key at the end. If Saros falls off in the second half, then, we're probably going to see Nashville fall off. But Saros, in the way that he played so far, and really what I've seen from him in his career growth up to this point, I think he can be a top 5 goalie in the NHL. I think he can keep this up and keep playing at this high level. He's going to have a save percentage over .920 this season, I personally believe. I think his goals against is going to finish right around 2.2 where it is now. Maybe even he drops that a little bit potentially to maybe like 2.1. And I don't see Saros dropping off this year. I think he's going to be an elite goaltender all season long. Again, the balanced attack offensively, it's not like they're relying on 1 or 2 guys that are playing at, a really elite level that are just kind of on absolute fire. It's a balanced attack offensively, and generally that keeps up. And, that's something that can be sustainable when you've got everybody kind of contributing, pitching in, and doing their part. So, all in all, I am really surprised. I was not expecting this from Nashville, but I am really impressed. I think that's a good word to use here. Really impressed with the Nashville Predators this season. And I'm really excited to watch this team the rest of the year, see if they can continue at this level. And then if they can, they're going to be a really tough out in the playoffs because they also happen to be one of the toughest teams in the NHL. They're built for physical hockey. They're built for when things get rough. And come playoff time, we all know what happens in the NHL. The physicality ramps up 100 times what it is in the regular season. The intensity and aggression is 100 times what it is in the regular season. And Nashville is a team that is built for that and built to play that style and isn't going to back down from that style. I think they're going to be a really dangerous team in the postseason. So, just wanted to talk about the Predators here. They're having a great year. We'll see if they can keep it up. But I think they're going to be a dangerous team in the West and going to be really interesting to watch come playoff time. But that's what I've got on the Nashville Predators, everybody. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Please don't forget to that thumbs up, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description of the video. If you want to further support the channel, the links to our merchandise store, memberships, and donation links are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys soon.